Have you asked Copilot what your job is yet? Can it go off and see what's inside the Microsoft graph and understand what you do as your job? Go and have a try. But here is November's updates around what's going on with Copilot for Microsoft 365. I'm still getting the name wrong, but here we are. Let's get into it straight away. As you can see, we've got the announcement from the 31st of October around the latest of what's going on with Microsoft 365 Copilot. One of the first things I actually want to do here is point out a different announcement that was made during October. It was announced in London at the AI Tour event, and we've now got something called autonomous agents. This is a really super exciting bit of technology that is going to transform your organization. AI is here to transform any organization, but this, the automation that it can bring you to go off, action an email automatically for you, find out information from your knowledge sources, find out the right information from your CRM solutions and bring it back within seconds in the format that you want inside of a Word document, inside of an email. This will transform your organization. This I am super excited about. But let's have a look at the rest of what's inside this blog post. The first one, as you can see here, is around some of the citations information that we get. It's great that Copilot tells us where it gets this information from. That is super important for us. We need to know where it gets this information from to be able to enable us to go, you know what, this is accurate. This is where it's pulling it from within my internal data. And if you've got that little rocket switch that says go off and find web information too, you now have this ability to be able to do off. And you can see here at the bottom of this screenshot that it shows you actually the web pages that it's pulled from as well. So this example on here shows that it's coming from the NASDAQ. This is super useful. Now, if you're an admin and you don't want to be able to ground this data from the web, you're now going to be able to turn that feature off. This is something, again, that's been rolled out during November, but this is something that you're going to get. And this is super useful. Know where all the content has come from. Where is it all being grounded from? As part of a RAG service, where is it getting it from? Copilot Lab, we've got a few more different industries and areas that you can go off and some prompts that are there. As you can see, sustainability, consumer goods, non-profits, mobility and retail. This is growing more and more. We're going to see more and more being invested into Copilot Lab in the future. You can see Microsoft are doing it again. I only talked about it last month. So Copilot Lab is growing further and further. We've got additional files that we can now use and actually help us to be able to go off and actually summarize files within our Copilot inside of Loop. This is really useful. I love Loop. I'm starting to get used to it a little bit more, canvassing, getting people to be able to work on components inside of Teams chats. But the fact that during the month of October, we had this ability now to review the files, as it says here, to provide context, and the responses will be displayed directly on the Loop page. So it's going to go off and find a Word, an Excel, a PowerPoint file, or a Loop page that you've gone off and built, and build a summary based on all of those different components and stick it into your Loop page for you. So if you're not playing with Loop, you need to get used to it. You're going to see a lot more coming into the Microsoft product stack. Preparing for meetings. I think I talked about this one last time, but again, this is a super useful. This ability for you to be able to have a meeting prepared for you as part of your Copilot for Outlook license, and just showing you a little GIF here that goes, you've got a meeting in 10 minutes. It's got a prepare button in there in the top right hand corner, and Copilot has gone off to try and find out what it thinks is part of this meeting, the files that may be related to it. As you can see here, summary of slides. So I'll just let this run one more time, but that prepare, loading meeting notes summary. So it's gone off, looked at the email, figured out what's kind of going on, and helping you to be better prepared for this meeting moving forwards. So super useful. I could have done with this one with some work that I've been working on. This one I am quite excited and quite like. But Copilot in Word, this ability to go from text to table, being able to summarize a actual paragraph of information and sticking it into a table. So again, if I play this little GIF for you, as you see here, with the ability to highlight the text, visualize this as a table, putting it a bit of information, give it a prompt to be able to go off, as you will see here, visualize as a table, put it into a couple of comments, just putting in description, the retailer benefits, and it's broken it down for you. This is actually really going to be helpful for me from a work point of view. This is going to save me a lot of time and hassle to be able to go off and do that one. Copilot to help with complex problem solving. Now, I feel like I'm going to be explaining this as if I was back at school. So the screenshot here is the very bottom. The prompt from you is, at a restaurant, each adult meal costs $15 and kids eat free. If a group of 15 kids come in and 8 were kids, how much would it cost for the group to eat? We've now got Copilot helping us with some of that problem solving. This ability, and as you can see in the below here, we've got this ability to be able to say, you know what, here is some of my calculations. 15 people minus the 8 students equals 7. The cost of the adult meal was $15, so the total cost for adults is 7 times the 15, which is $105. So we've got Copilot here helping us to get on with that maths, to find that information. And as it says here as well, additionally, users can now review Python code generated by Copilot to deepen their understanding of their output. Now, this might be just be a very simple prompt, but if you've got some complex things, this proper complex problem solving, go off and try it inside of your biz chat to see what you get out of Copilot. Jumping into slightly different blog post just here, just wanted to point out that actually the Copilot Agents has now gone live. You can see Copilot Agents available inside of your biz chat when you open up inside of Teams, or if you go to copilot.microsoft.com. Let me show you mine. I've added a few of Microsoft Copilots that are available. As you can see, I've got my Copilot inside of Teams opened up here, and down this right hand side you will see that I've actually added a few different Copilots that are available to me. These are available in this Get Copilot Agents area. There are many partners out there that have built out Copilots and this ability for you to now be able to add them directly. So if I click on, let's just say Prompt Coach, this now is giving me a summary of the different prompts that are available to me that I could potentially go off and use, but also obviously I can go off and do. So show me 3 good prompts, examples. Let's run this one to see what it comes back with. Sure, Alex, here you go. So it's pulled out a few different ones that I can go off and do. And you know what? This is a great learning tool. This should be part of your learning development to be able to help your users, your end users, to build better prompting. The biggest investment and getting the return on your investment from your Copilot for Microsoft 365 license is the ability to be able to prompt. You will hear me say that a lot if you speak to me from a work point of view. Prompting is key to Copilot. And jumping back to my slides, as you will see here, the last thing just to point out is a new Themes by Copilot on Outlook. This is how it's described by Microsoft. And if I just play this video briefly for you here and speak as we kind of go over, I can take the sound out. This ability to now be able to have themes inside of your new Outlook is the ability to be able to say, you know what, I want a weather theme that's realistic, that refreshes every 4 hours. And you can see here that it's going to go off and be able to do that, maybe based on the current weather, if you want it to. Or the other one that you can do here is location. So New York, realistic star, refresh daily. And it looks like it's using maybe some of these Microsoft Designer, maybe the DALL-E 3 engine to go off and create images that then become your background inside of Outlook. I just want to be able to say, can you always make sure it's dark theme, because I prefer my dark theme inside of Outlook. So plenty of opportunities there from Outlook. Now, it's been a bit of a quiet month from new features. We had a lot during September, and the announcements that we kind of talked about in our October video, that was mainly because we had this Copilot Wave 2. But in just the next few weeks, we've got Microsoft's Ignite conference. They're going to give us a whole more set of announcements and features that are going to be coming to Copilot. That's not just going to be Microsoft 365 Copilot. I'm sure we'll see stuff for Dynamics. We'll see stuff within Fabric. Maybe even more stuff inside of Windows. I generally don't know. But I know what I will be doing is I'll be listening to the keynote and looking up at other announcements that they make around Copilot. Maybe I should create a video on it. Until next time, I hope you found this video useful. Do hit that subscribe and like video, and I look forward to speaking to you soon again on The Value Add.